We're live. Hello. Hi, everybody. I'm Amanda Call. This is my channel. This is the piece I'm working on, and I need to sharpen my pencil. We started this last week. This is a new skull drawing, and I'm going to try to get the drawing part of it done this evening because that was taking a while. Because not just was the skull kind of complicated, but all of these little drawing the hops and all the little leaves. And we've got a bunch of other complicated plant forms to do. So it was just taking a little while. So I decided I was going to take my time and we're going to get it done this evening. So I'm going to continue to start to work on these guys here. So how is everybody doing? How was everybody's week and weekend? Hello. Hey, it's Keith. I've had a very busy week. Good. I've had a very busy week. I'm still trying to figure out how to do my job without my coworker there. I do have a deputy now, which is good. That helps. Uh, but it's still pretty hectic as we get ready for elections and just try to keep up with all the things. It's a lot. It's a lot to just keep up with all the things. I'm doing pretty good. I'm just very busy. And this past weekend, I had my last Comic Con of the season. I had BCTC. Hey, it's Hungry. Hey, Hungry. So at BCTC this last weekend, that was the Bangor Comic and Toy Con. Here in Bangor, Maine. Well, I say here. It's not. I don't live in Bangor, but I live close to Bangor, so it's basically my hometown convention. There won't be one any closer unless someone has it out in a cow field somewhere. Which, although, oh my gosh, that reminds me. Okay, so you probably have not heard of this. This is a thing that happened like back in the early 2010s. Yeah, I have one more convention left this year, but it's not a Comic Con. I'm flying out to Austin, Minnesota, not this weekend, but next weekend for Austicon, which is a gaming convention. So Austicon is now the home convention of Skirmisher Publishing because Skirmisher's headquarters has moved to Austin. They had formerly been in Austin, Minnesota. They had formerly been in Texas, outside of San Antonio. So we used to have our home convention used to be GTEX in Houston, but now that our home convention is in Austin, Minnesota, that's where we're going to be going for a little I'm going out there to go with Skirmisher to represent the company and run some games and sell some of our product and some of my own stuff, but also just to spend some time with my Skirmisher friends because Skirmisher Publishing, we have a weekly development meeting almost every week. We all get together online and have a development and business meeting, and we play test and we play games and we just hang out a little bit too. And I don't get to see these folks in person super often. The last time I saw any of them in person, was several years ago now. Um, so yeah, I'm looking forward to spending some time with those folks. And it will still be a convention. I'll still have to work, but it's not like the same kind of thing as just doing a Comic-Con all weekend. It's kind of a different vibe. Yeah, I'm sure we'll have a good time. And it's always amazing how much we can get accomplished in a weekend together compared to weeks and weeks of virtual meetings. Like, it's truly amazing how much can get accomplished with just a little bit of FaceTime compared to a lot of online back and forth. And yeah, BCTC was fine. It was more sales than I expected. Like, I didn't expect to nearly sell out of a couple things, but I did, so that was cool. Um, Seemed like there were an awful lot of really quiet stretches where, like, there just weren't that many people milling around. I don't know if they were just, like, busy with like, if it happened to be, like, times that certain panels or photo ops or whatever were going on that just drew most of the crowd away, but, there did seem to be a lot of, like, weirdly quiet stretches. So, I don't know. I don't know what that was about. But I had a good time. A lot of my normal, convention crew was not there. Like, my normal convention friends were not there for various reasons. Several of them are at a different convention in New Hampshire, but still a good time. Got to, go out to dinner with and actually spend some time chatting with and getting to know, the creator behind Goose Poop Games. You should check out Goose Poop Games is the name of the company. Uh, and he does a lot of cool little game zines. I met him at PAX East this year randomly, even though he's also from Maine. He lives like down in the Portland area. And so that was pretty cool to actually get to spend some time with him because he was also at BCTC. And he has a couple new games and he has a it's his big like I guess his most popular game currently is Good Soup. Actually, I think I might have it right nearby. Hold on. I think I might have it over here in this pile of a disaster of a desk. Hey, look, I do. Good Soup by Jordan Doobie. It's a wholesome story game about soup, and you can finishing your you get to. It's about it's about soup, and it's very nice. So yeah, definitely worth checking out. You can find him on the things Goose Poop Games and Goose Poop 207. So yeah, that was fun. It's always nice to actually get to meet somebody new and get a chance to hang out with them for more than the quick like we had dinner together and spent a lot of the downtime at the convention hanging out and talking, and it's just nice to actually get to do that and not just do the quick like, "Oh, hello, person I've met in passing one time." Those ones we need to push back a little bit. Got a nice little pile of hops going there. I think I have intended to do just a couple more up on the side here and then a few more leaves up in here as well. Oh yeah, so I was about to tell a story about I doubt anyone outside of like if Dirigo hops on, he's probably heard this story. But I doubt anyone outside of Maine has really heard of this story or even like our area of Maine. But when I joked about there not being a unless there was a convention in like a cow field that I won't have one closer than BCTC to me. So back in the early 2010s, there was this thing that University of Maine students, I think it was. My husband's listening to me tell this story. He's probably going to jump in with corrections because I will have gotten it wrong at some point. Because this was happening around the time that I moved back to Maine, so I feel like I missed a little bit of it and really just caught the end of this thing's like demise. I think it was University of Maine students. They would have this party festival thing that would happen annually called Chicken Fest, where it was called that because the people who threw it like went to the dining halls and just like cashed out all of their unused meal plan like money or whatever toward the end of the year on just a crap load of cheap chicken sandwiches. And that was the food for the party. And it was basically just like an illegal gravel pit party. So they would find like a non an unattended lot somewhere, like a gravel pit or a recently logged wood lot that was not currently being used or whatever. So like we have a lot of land in Maine that's just kind of sitting around because it's either in northern Maine especially because it's like paper company land or it's an old gravel pit that's been used up and so it's just kind of empty wasted land now. And if it's like paper company land, it's like, yeah, they come and they log it like once every 20 years, and the rest of the time it's just sitting there growing trees. And people get up to some shenanigans on these huge tracts of unattended land. It's not like you're going to put a fence around thousands of acres of forest, right? So Chicken Fest would kind of like pick a location like that, and then folks would just have like college students would just have this wild end of the year party. And the big thing with it is because it was illegal, like they were trespassing, doing this without permission and without any kind of like permitting or anything, uh, that it was always like a secret of when it was going to happen. And it would just be like the day before or the day of, it would be like, oh my gosh, Chicken Fest is happening at this time, this place, be there. And then everyone would just like descend upon it that day and they would have their big celebration. Um, yeah, so that's what I was thinking of with that's what I thought of that with the whole that what brought that to mind was the whole unless there's a party in a gravel pit. That's where that was going. Like in a cow field or a gravel pit, I guess. But yes, Chicken Fest stopped happening because folks started getting in trouble because it's one thing if you have a trespassing party in somebody's like gravel pit or woodlot. It's another thing if you trash it. And folks were starting to get in a fair amount of trouble, as in like charges getting filed and that sort of thing, because they wouldn't just have this party and then like clean up after themselves and leave. No, they kind of would trash the place and then everybody would leave and be like, What Chicken Fest? What are you talking about?" So that kind of I think did that in because I think the year that I moved back to Maine is the year that it was like the last Chicken Fest, and everyone was like, "All right, guys, this is getting out of hand." Yeah, right. Like it's kind of a fun idea of just like let's just have a sudden like viral party that we're not gonna advertise. It's gonna be like a happening. It's just going to everybody just shows up. We're just gonna do it word of mouth like the day of, and that's kind of neat in theory, but unfortunately, people could not be responsible enough to continue to let that be a thing. So It's no longer a thing. And that is also a prime example of when people ask, "What do you like to do up there in northern Maine?" we, we come up with stupid things like viral gravel pit parties where the primary attraction is dollar chicken sandwiches. Drunken college students refusing to be responsible. So shocking, right? All right, that in there is going to be kind of some of that. Okay. All right. I think I've gotten most of the hops situation down now. Now we're going to move on to the barley and see if this drives me completely and utterly around the bend because this is there's kind of a lot going on here. Can I zoom in on this? I want to zoom. Why will you not let me zoom? Okay. That's annoying. All right. I can't seem to zoom in on my reference picture because I don't know why. I don't know why. I just can't. So let me try something else. Oh my gosh. Wow. Do you remember when Google was useful back before it was full of just like piles of garbage AI images? Good grief. Okay. Barley's kind of wild looking when you look at it up close, I gotta say. Where's my big eraser? Big eraser. All right, I got too many little lines going all over the place here, and it's kind of distracting. I'm gonna clean that up a little bit. Try typing minus AI in search. Yes, that is a good tip. Absolutely. It's the kind of thing like I just have to program myself to start doing that because why do I have to why is this a concern we need to have? But it is. I just need to remember that yep, this garbage is everywhere now. Okay, there's kind of like a central line of these that goes down here, kind of analyzing how this thing is put together. And then on this side, you have this more like teardrop shape. Or not even, it's more like an almond shape, I guess. And then on the other side, you kind of have like the edge of it coming out, and there's a lot more of the long spikies because that is where these are like when you have this, the long point of it comes out as like a thing of grass. And these guys also have some of that down here at the end. And this side also has it. But a lot of it kind of lays over onto the way that it's curving, so you don't see it as much. Oh my gosh, this is a complicated shape. There's a lot going on here. Why did I decide to draw this? What was I thinking? Why? Why did I do this to myself? Seems like a bad plan. Goodness. Okay. Actually, yeah, I'm going to do this lower one that's going to be overlapping that a little bit first. Oh, interesting. Okay, so in this reference image, some of these little tails from these ones up here are actually like crossing over some of itself down here, and that looks really cool. So I'm going to do that. Because then you get these little, all those pretty little curvy lines crossing over here. That's very fun. I like that. Good grief. Amanda, what are you doing to yourself? Drawing. Drawing all the little bits. All the little bits and bobs. How is Mr. Alan Barr doing this evening? Very damn tired. That's a mood. It couldn't possibly be because you were always doing about 800 million things. Yes, hashtag mood. I need to sharpen my pencil. The people who care about me always give me a hard time for doing too many things, but Alan does way too many things. All the too many things, all the time. Every time you try to do less, you go crazy. I feel that too. I can relate. All right. And you have to every time and you have to work twice as hard to make a living when you're self-employed. This is also true. Very, very true. Oh, this is another one where like the little tail goes kind of crosses over front, and I'm gonna do it because it looks cool. And again. This barley is in fact driving me crazy, but it's coming out looking so cool. Look how cool that looks. Look at all those cool little lines. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm gonna do like one more little bit of one sticking out down here, and then I think we're just gonna like, and then I think this section at least will be done. Oh my gosh, it's already 36 minutes into this because this is taking forever. It's okay. It's okay. Whew, this one's intense. Okay. So in here, we're gonna do a little shading to kind of knock that back. Say there is a skull under here, but it's under a bunch of stuff. And try to not lose track of where that is amongst all the stuff. Okay. Whew. Goodness. All right. I want a little, just a little bit sticking up here. It would be nice if I could get this picture to like expand it all. I hate you. Come on, image. Let's go. Oh, that's very annoying. Okay, fine. Fine. Be that way. Fine. That's a funny shape. What are you doing? All right, that is looking pretty good. I'm going to get the line of the back of the skull in there. We. All right, I only have a couple more of these little sprigs of barley to figure out in here. Ah! All right. What is everybody going to be up to this coming week/weekend? Does anybody have anything fun and interesting planned? Thank you. We're getting there. Local fair starts Thursday. Oh, fun. Winterizing, yeah, I gotta get on that. There's quite a bit of cleaning up around the yard and getting stuff ready for winter that we still need to take care of. And I still have some vegetables to pull in and process that are still kind of languishing out there in the garden. All right, I think I'm just going to do, instead of trying to cram 2 more in here, I think I'm just going to put 1 more in here. All right. Ah! Good grief. Okay. We only have like 2 or 3 of these left, like maybe 3. I don't know, we'll see. We've got about 15-ish minutes, less than 15 minutes left on the stream, so I might not like get this 100% done, but we'll be pretty close by the end of this. Yeah, I also have a bunch of end of season chores, and we've got my youngest has his birthday party this weekend, and I have to get ready for that because I'm not prepared. I'm not prepared. But we gotta do it. All right, I'm making kind of a smudgy mess. I gotta clean this up as I go. Ah! My sleeve just tried to knock it away. Right. These other lines need to get out of the way. All right. Okay. So close. We've got 10 minutes. I think I can do it. I think I can finish getting this penciled in the next 10 minutes. All right. While I am trying to finish this and we are in the last 10-ish minutes of the stream, I'm going to go ahead and do the YouTube things and remind you that I'm Amanda Call. This is my YouTube channel, and I work on art here just about every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Often that art is me working on my webcomic, Age of Night, which you can read at ageofnight.com. That's AGEOFNIGHT.com. But sometimes it's other stuff. Like right now, it is me working on this really intense skull illustration because I like to suffer, I guess. If you want to read my webcomic, you can read that at ageofnight.com. That's AGEOFNIGHT.com. And that whole thing is available online to read for free. But also, if you want to help support me making art of the comic or other varieties like this, then you can go over to my Patreon, and that's patreon.com/ageofnight. Patrons get their comic pages a week early, other cool behind the scenes, sneak peeks and stuff, free comics for signing up, just all sorts of good stuff. And it helps support me, so I really appreciate it. And if you're not really into doing the monthly subscription support type thing, you can also do a one-off donation or buy some stuff at my Ko-fi coffee shop, ko-fi.com/Amanda Call Art. All right, where was I? There's that. And that is that. All right. Amazing. I actually did it. I actually got her done. Oh my goodness. I didn't think I was going to make it. Okay. So there's this really intense crown that ended up way more intense than I anticipated, but I also really dig it. It's actually really fun. So that is going to do it for this evening. Oop, like and subscribe and tell your friends and all that good stuff. And next week, we'll start inking this guy right here. So thanks, everybody, for hanging out with me. I will see you all next time. Bye.